y'all, so new show alert. I'm going to be doing House of Villains. This is episode 1. And let me just get this out the way. I think the main reason I'm reviewing this show is because Tiffany Pollard and Omarosa are on the same show. I don't know half of these people. I think I recognize maybe 5 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. But anyway, I mean, we saw this long-ass trailer and we see the villain's house. So now we see the villains pulling up. First up, we see this white man with stringy blonde hair. He looks kind of like a douche. I don't recognize him at all. Okay, his name is Johnny Fairplay. Oh, he's from Survivor. Look, I thought he was from a dating show. He says he claims he's one of the greatest reality TV villains of all time. To be honest, I do think I've heard that name before. But, you know, I don't watch Survivor. Apparently, he's known for lying about his grandmother's death to win a game. Well, he goes into the house. The house is really nice. Yeah, so next up, it's New York in the mother effing house. I can't curse yet. The HBIC, the original HBIC, mind you, before Nene Leakes. I'm happy to see her. Like, I used to hate her on Flavor of Love. I specifically remember that, but I've grown to love her. Her memes, her reads. Like, she is on my Mount Rushmore of female reality stars. If you were wondering, it would be her, Nene Leakes. I don't think we should include Kim Kardashian because these were unknowns. I feel like Kim Kardashian, she still like came up from privilege. So we're gonna 86 Kim Kardashian. I would say Tammy Roman. And last, Omarosa. An honorable mention to Jocelyn Hernandez. So then we get a clip of New York's greatest hits, Beyonce. We see her in her confessional and already, I just want her to narrate the whole season. And honestly, when you think of reality TV villains, you think of New York. Come on now. She just walks in with such confidence, and I love it. I think my favorite New York line, I think it changes, but for right now, it's like, I want my eggs cracked. I want to be married. I am not effing around with you. They then asked New York, did she even know who Johnny Fairplay was? And she said no. So I don't feel bad now. So next up is another tool-looking individual. His name is Johnny Bananas. Now he looks very familiar to me. Is he from Real World or The Challenge or something? He has to be. Okay, I was right. He's done 21 seasons of MTV's The Challenge, but which Real World is he from? Y'all let me know in the comments if they don't let me know in this episode. He definitely looks like a snake oil salesman, so I think he's gonna do really good at this game. Like, I can see him making it to the end. Him, New York, and Omarosa. So in walks this blonde girl. I have no idea who she is. Her name is Loren, and let's see where she's from. Oh, her name is Corinne. I mean, I blame the font production. It looked like an L. Her name is Corinne, and she's from The Bachelor. You know I don't watch that shit. I'm guessing she was like the white version of New York on that show. Because, you know, Flavor of Love was just the ratchet version of The Bachelor. I'm glad they're moving along with this. So next up is Bobby Lights. And of course I recognize him from Love and Hip Hop Miami. He's been a problem ever since. I mean, I guess he's a villain. He definitely came to play. He walks in that house on 1,000. He's definitely the type that has nothing to lose. So soon as Bobby sees New York, it's love at first sight. I mean, you know what? I would give her the same type of reaction. This is mother effing New York. Bobby Lights makes it known that he is a fun villain. And sure, like he lacks shame. And I'm sure that if I had to bet who would swing first in this house, it would be Bobby Lights. So next up in the house is this gentleman I've never seen before. His name is Shake. And I believe he's from Love is Blind. My friend was actually telling me about this guy who was asking women about their weight since he couldn't see them. And he was like saying, am I able to put you on my shoulders at a festival? Or do you like to work out? Conniving, fat-phobic shit like that. So he must not be that interesting because we just cut to the next person walking up to the house, and it is Tanisha from Bad Girls Club. You ain't gonna get no sleep cause of y'all, cause of me. Her, the original bad girl. Like, if I had to think who automatically comes to mind when I think of Bad Girls Club, her name would come up, and Natalie Nunn. I'm actually surprised Natalie Nunn is not on this show. But I hear she's probably doing really well at Zeus. Oh my God. I mean, yes, Tanisha recognizes Bobby Light, but I did not need to see Bobby Light arching his ass up. Okay, production, y'all could have left that out. So the next person that walks into the house is Jax from Vanderpump Rules. I'm very familiar with him. He's definitely one of the biggest tool of tools. I watched Vanderpump Rules the first 2 seasons. After that, they got rich, and then the drama just felt really manufactured, so I hopped off the show. I think he definitely belongs in that house. This white girl, Corinne or Loren, she's telling other people definitely not to trust Jax. I actually agree with her on that. Okay, next up is this white woman I do not know. She is a brunette. Her name is Anfisa. No idea where she's from. Okay, so she's from 90 Day Fiancé. I don't watch that. We cut to Johnny Bananas, and again, he sees a girl he's interested in. And I will say, she does have some tig old bitties, so I get it. I'm not sure why production is like going forward in the future to show us what happens, but I guess this is the editing style we're gonna have. So far we have 9 villains in the house, and I'm guessing they're saving the best for last. Child production is definitely playing up Omarosa's entrance into the house. I mean, she knows she's that bitch, just how she's walking into the house. The house is shooketh, and they should be. Immediately, everyone is intimidated by Omarosa. It seems like the only person she knew right away was this Johnny Fairplay character, and I'm guessing because they're like OG villains, like from over a decade ago, maybe 20 years. Ooh, and already, a white girl, the blonde one, introduces herself to Omarosa. It's like, hi, what's your name? Omarosa's like, Google. It should help you. Just dismissed her and continued her conversation. Corinne's like, I'm sorry, what? And Omarosa's just like, so anyway, white girl is still trying to engage with Omarosa. Disengage, girl, immediately. You are not in Omarosa's league. She will eat you alive. And she is just still standing there like a fool. Just walk away like she's so bothered right now. We cut to Omarosa's confessional, and she knows full well what she's doing. She's into the mind games and manipulation, and Corinne's just playing into her hands. Yeah, she definitely got to her. She storms off. Have a great fucking day, bitch. Meanwhile, Omarosa's just calm. Omarosa has not been in the house for 5 minutes, and here we go. I will say when Omarosa walks in, she definitely has a presence. I will give her that. But let's be clear. It's fuck Omarosa all day. Y'all know how I feel about her, the whole Trump thing. She will not be getting any leeway from me. There's no likability on my end. She is definitely a villain, and I will treat her as such. She is not the villain that I like New York. Now, immediately, you can tell that Omarosa is playing the game. She starts manipulating people off the bat. Like, she turns to Shake and says she wants him in her alliance with Johnny Fairplay. And now she's being nice to this other white girl. What's her name? Aniha, the brunette. Her name is going to be Brunette until production reminds me. Now, wait a minute. I know that Corinne girl ain't crying, is she? She not that stereotypical. I hope she's playing. And New York, I feel like she hasn't formally met Omarosa yet. Are we going to get that? Because those two women are alphas on 2 different sides of the spectrum. Okay, so Omarosa and New York, they meet, and of course they know of each other. Omarosa comes correct. Good to see that. Wow, this girl is really crying. I cannot believe that. Are y'all sure she's a villain? You know what? She's weaponizing those tears. I will agree with Omarosa. Oh my God. Jeez. This is why it's going to be hard to review this show, because if I agree with Omarosa, it hurts. New York calls herself trying to stick up for Corinne because she's crying, and Omarosa gives no fucks. So some time passed by, everyone's just getting to know each other, trying to start alliances, etc. So then outside, the cast meets Joel McHale, who's the host. Bobby Lights thinks he's Carson Daly, which, you know what? I mean, I can kind of see how he came to that conclusion. The check must have been good for him to agree to do this. I always thought he was just annoying. I don't really think he's funny, personally. Wow, so they're definitely breaking the fourth wall. That was a disaster. He's trying to tell them why he's here, what they're here to do, and people keep interrupting, production's interrupting, there's sounds from planes flying up above. Now, according to production, it was 38 takes, and they still didn't get to do it. So now we fast forward in the evening where they're gonna try this all over again. Okay, they decided to do it in the evening, then why they even show them trying to get it done during the day? I guess they just wanted to make the host look like a fool. Again, I hope the check was good for him. Okay, so he gives the rundown of what's gonna happen. So it's gonna be a challenge type reality show. They're gonna do challenges, and the winner of the week is called the supervillain, where they put up 3 people on the chopping block. I'm guessing the rest of the group votes who goes home, and then they do it all the way until they get to one person who wins $200,000. So they all get dressed for their first challenge, and no, I do not care about Jax's family life. Fast forward. So the first challenge seems to be a physical one on a football field, and already I'm just thinking one of the tools are gonna win. So the game starts, and I don't care about the rules. I really just wanna know who wins. I'm guessing the object is to get each player's balls out of the circle, and the last one standing wins. So the final 2 balls in the square is Johnny Bananas and Omarosa. And I'm pretty sure it's because everyone's intimidated by Omarosa. No one's gonna go and push her ball. And didn't I tell y'all about Johnny Bananas? Like, he's gonna be final 3 when all this is over. Just watch. So Omarosa wins this game because Johnny decides to make a deal with her because nobody wants to be on this woman's bad side. Ooh, child, all these rules. Ugh. This is why I don't do challenge shows, y'all. I'm gonna try to keep up with it. Like, they said something about the 3 people that's put on the chopping block. One person has a chance to save themselves, while the other 2, they're the ones that's gonna be voted on to leave the house. So I'm wondering, who is Omarosa gonna nominate for her, like, top 3? Like, I definitely think it's gonna be Corinne, and then Jax. But I'm like, who's gonna be the 3rd person? I feel like she wouldn't put up another black woman. I don't think Bobby Lights either. And then her partner is, what's that man's name? Fair Play. And then she's not gonna put Johnny Bananas because he helped her win. So I think it's probably gonna be Shake. I also wonder who's gonna go home first. So it's the next morning. We see most of the housemates talking amongst each other. Who's the most competitive? Also, I think the supervillain of the week has immunity for the next game. I'm not sure. I'm not following the rules too much. I mean, it is 2 a.m. in the morning right now. So later on, they're all gathered around, and Omarosa gets a little luxury prize for winning, and she gets to take 2 of the house guests with her. She decides Tanisha and Bobby. Ooh, this show is so produced. Wow. So Bobby tells Corinne that Omarosa does not like you, so you should be prepared to be on the chopping block. And then New York has befriended this girl. Interesting. But she says, if you go home, I'm going home right beside you. You're not going anywhere. Okay, New York. I mean, don't be picking the wrong team now. We're rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. So we're with Bobby, Tanisha, and Omarosa. Omarosa's giving her background sob story. I don't give a fuck. She's evil, and no. She is not a sympathy villain. Fuck that. Moving on. Yeah, I'm starting to think, just through all the talking and the back and forth, that Shake is gonna go home. He's gonna be the first one to go home. So it's finally voting time. They go into this secret room behind a bookcase. It looks like a cartoonish villain's lair. Think Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. Omarosa is definitely feeling herself as she's the supervillain of the week. Oh my god, I guessed the 3 she put up. I am good at this. Now, she made it seem like she was gonna put Johnny Bananas up, but you know, it's Omarosa. She's making good TV. I'll give that to her. She decides to put up Jax in his place. So it is Shake, Jax, and I keep wanting to call her white girl, but Corinne. I really guessed all 3 of them. Or maybe it was just that predictable. I'm sure y'all probably guessed the same 3 too. Now, who do I think will go home out of these 3? I think it's gonna be Shake because he doesn't really have an alliance. He took too long to get with Omarosa. She gave him chance after chance. He seemed like the person you can't trust because he didn't take the time to get to know anybody. Like Jax, he made connections with New York and other people, and even Corinne. She used her white woman tears, to get New York on her side. Bobby Lights likes her. So, yeah, I think they're safe. We cut to Shake in his confessional, and he even realizes that he wasn't playing the game like he should have. Oh, so the credits are rolling, so we won't know who's going to get voted off. And I totally forgot that one of the 3 can take themselves off the chopping block if they win the game. So it might not be Shake that goes home. And yeah, that's the end of the episode. I was actually entertained by this. Well, I'm committed to finishing this season. That was more entertaining than Real Housewives of New York, so I'll give them that. I think I'm in for it. Y'all let me know below who y'all think is gonna go home, and were you entertained by this? I think I actually was. And I'm looking forward to reviewing the season. With that, because it's almost 3 a.m. I'm tired. I gotta edit 3 videos tomorrow. So yeah, with that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.